Hello everyone, today we're going to be walking through one of our custom Power BI templates for Epicor ERP users. If you don't know, we have built 5 templates in Microsoft Power BI using Epicor SQL database as the data source. Basically, we pull the essential metrics that a manufacturer would typically monitor from an Epicor perspective and make them even easier to get to. The goal of these templates is to allow you to skip right into analyzing data instead of messing with the tables and data models. So this demo will be focusing on the executive summary template, but we do have templates for materials review, production review, sales review, and a vendor dashboard. So if any of those interest you, just make sure to check out the description. We'll have the other demos linked. Before I get into it, just a quick reminder that these reports are available online through the Power BI service via Microsoft 365. If you have a Power BI license, just log in with your Microsoft 365 credentials to access the reports that you've been given access to. Okay, so I'm logged into our Microsoft 365 Power BI service, and you can see that these are the 4 report templates that I have available. So if I go into the executive summary template, this report focuses on invoice and orders. It also looks at open accounts receivable, accounts payable. So this first tab here is kind of the summary of the executive summary. So you can see kind of at a glance all of your key metrics. You can see the breakdown of your open accounts receivable as well as your total AR. You can see the same view for your accounts payable with the total, and then down the side, here's where it gives you some summary views of your total open orders and number of open orders, and then the month to date information for some of your invoices, your shipped orders, and then your booked orders as well. So then if you go to the next tab, you get a focus view on your open AR. So across the top, you can see how your AR breaks down into your different aging buckets. And then this chart here shows the breakdown of that AR by your customers. And then down below, you can see the detailed information down to the individual invoices. So what the invoice and due dates were, and then the balance. And then with the filters across the top, you can focus on particular grouping. So for example, if you want to look at just the information over 120 days, I can click on that filter, and now I see all my customers with AR that's over 120. And then you can dive into it even deeper and choose, for example, the highest customer, and you can see all the invoices associated with that customer. So it helps because it focuses your attention on some of these invoices that have been outstanding for a really long time. And then to reset, you just deselect and then click refresh, and it'll clear out all those filters. Then you can also search by customer name. So if you have a particular customer, you can always just type in their name here. So for example, if I go back to that same customer we looked at, start searching for the name, and I can make the selection right from this dropdown. And now I can see that particular customer, how their AR is breaking down across all these buckets. And then if you wanted to, you can go to this ellipses on the right-hand side and click into that and go to export data. And you can get that data in Excel. Okay, so now I'm going to reset my filters and move on to the second tab, which is the accounts payable tab. So rather than looking at the customer, now we're looking at the vendors, but you have the same grouping of buckets. So as you can see, same breakdown. You can see the bar is the balance, and the line is the number of invoices. And then down below, you have a similar table feature where you can see the invoice number, the AP invoice date, due dates, all of that. And the filtering works the same here as well. So you can go accounts payable over 30 and see any vendors that fall under that category. And then, of course, you can search the particular names as well through the vendor name filter. Moving on to the next tab, you are going to be able to see your open orders. So across the top, I can see my total amount, my total orders, and the quantity associated with those orders. And then I can see the breakdown of my open orders by different customers. So if there's a certain customer that has a ton of open orders right now, I can also see the open order amount by production group, and I can actually see the details of the order numbers and the amount that's due. So you can see that by default, it's sorted by the largest amount that's open, but I can change that. I can sort by clicking the header, and now I can see what my longest outstanding open order is and kind of focus my attention there. If I just want to look at the month to date information, just like the summary tab, I can go up and click that button. And then you can also search by a particular year. So if I wanted to just pull up 2020 data, I can do that. And then what's cool is most things in this dashboard are clickable, so if you just keep clicking, you'll get deeper and deeper into this data. So if I click on this production group, I get more narrowed data. And then the next tab is similar, but now we're looking at invoice information. So again, you can see the total invoice amount, the total number of invoices, and then the breakdown by production group, and again, more details below. And then you can go into the shipped orders tab. Again, this keeps a very consistent feel across the board. But here I can look at a particular customer. For example, I can see how their order is broken down by production group, and then I can see details down here. And then you have the last tab, and that's booked orders. So these orders that have been ordered but not necessarily been shipped yet, again, you can see by customer, by production group, and all of the detailed information below. So all in all, this is a great example of a template where it gives you that higher level summary information and some key focused metrics that executives would be focused on a day-to-day basis. So that basically covers our executive summary template overview. If you have any questions or want to learn more about how this would be implemented into your environment, just contact us at helpdesk@2wtech.com. We are always happy to provide more information where it's needed. We will also link a link in the description. This will allow you to pull up these dashboards and play with them in real time. We have the templates up and running on our website, so go ahead, play around, and if you have any questions, reach out.